So I'm John Notten, and I'm the head of the Visual Arts Department here at Mary Ward. I've been here a long time, since the 80s actually, since the school started, so I'm really proud and happy to be part of the group that put together the program. And I have to say that the opportunities that are afforded an artist, a young artist, here in a self-directed learning environment and an art teacher are incredible. And maybe that's true for every discipline, but I have to say in art, there's incredible things that you can do.
I think that possibly the most, one of the more important things to me in self-directed learning is in making sure that information is relevant to students, being able to change texts, not prescribing any one thing that I think that they should read. Last year, for example, I had a student who really did not like the text that we were doing in the grade 11 course, and so we talked and found out what he was interested in and found a different book that nobody else was doing and altered the whole novel study in order for it to make it something that wasn't torturous to him. So I think that's probably the one thing that I could talk about for this.
So using self-directed learning in my classroom really gives me a great opportunity to take the curriculum expectations and use them to cater to individual student interests. So in grade 9 and 10 biology, one of my students in grade 9 was having a hard time relating ecology to everyday life and practical experiences. Through a couple of questions, I found out that he wanted to pursue a career in landscaping. So I asked him, what does a landscaper have to do? What sort of facts does he need to know? And we tied that into ecology. I let him do a little project on the knowledge, education, and skills required to be a landscaper, and he felt a little bit more engaged. Likewise, with my grade 10 science class, when we're teaching mitosis, a lot of students had questions about cancers, how they develop, what's the problem, the cures for cancer, how are people going about fighting cancer. And so we had class discussions, why is it so difficult? What does this have to do with cell division? And I just sort of run with it. With grade 9 and 10 science, especially at the applied level, students want to have things that relate to their everyday lives. They see things on the media, things interest them. So rather than having a rigid sort of curriculum expectation guideline, I sort of let the class dictate where they want to go, and I bring it in. So if they're interested in one aspect in the media, we can make projects out of it. Students really can pursue their own interests and find out what's fascinating to them about the world around them.
So the reason I love being a teacher in the self-directed learning system is, especially in mathematics, being able to incorporate technology into our curriculum so that students aren't limited by going at their own pace. For example, if I have students who are able to grasp the curriculum very quickly, they're able to, through the use of podcast seminars, able to fast track the course content. So they're not forced being at a seminar where they already understand the concepts. And at the same time, students who struggle a little bit more to grasp the concepts in the seminars have the ability to go at their own pace or at a slower pace than the rest of the class and get a lot more one-on-one attention to help them grasp the concepts on floor times and also through maybe multiple pen casts and seminar videos.
Your average school, your traditional program is, I'm sure teachers and students are frustrated by the fact that, the bell rings, you arrive, you take out materials, you try desperately to get something done, then the bell rings again and off you go. Of course, here at Mary Ward and in this self-directed model, we don't have those kind of time constraints. So it's entirely possible for students to spend 2 hours on a project on a particular day or even more. We love to go on trips, and in a self-directed learning model like we have here at Mary Ward, it's possible to say, look, today we're actually closed because we're taking this big group of students downtown or to New York, or we went to Spain last year, and not have the same kind of troubles of having to monitor students that are following a timetable and coming to a class when I'm away on a trip. We frankly have to say, look, you know what? You need to be doing a different subject today because your art teacher is out of the building on a trip. So the opportunities for teachers are enormous. Incredible flexibility to do whatever we want. I could have a spur-of-the-moment critique in which I bring over some grade 12s and some grade 11s and 10s and 9s and say, hey, what do you think about this crazy painting going on here? Let's talk about it. And it's not so specific to a particular course or to a particular level. So while self-directed learning I think is good in any discipline, I have to really say I'm a huge advocate for the incredible opportunities that you can have in visual arts in particular. Thanks.